Hey, peace and blessings, everybody. How y'all doing? I'm the Agent of Change, and I want to welcome you all to Cool Chee Apparel here on YouTube. The clothing and the gear that is created to create change. So, in opening up this channel, I feel like it's only my duty to let you all know what Cool Chee Apparel is all about. Like, we all create, a lot of people create brands, a lot of people create logos and things like that. And it's like, well, what does it all mean? Right? You have to make it make sense nowadays because people like to know the story. People like to know the history. And I feel like it's a great story. It's a loving story. It's a beautiful story in the beautiful memory of a beautiful man. Right? So, growing up in my hood, Dade Street Projects in Newark, New Jersey. Shout out to everybody in the old hood. You know who you are. Superstars. We came up hard, but we made it to where we are. Ain't that right? Say that. Say that. I said that. So growing up in the hood, I had many friends. Like, I'm not gonna go out on a limb and say hundreds, and I'll go out on a limb and say thousands. Because when you add them all up, you know, people move in, people move out. You meet new people all the time. And our hood was like flooded with people, man. We were never short on somebody to hang out with or something to do. And now, you know, in my household, I had nothing but older brothers, right? I had like 7 older brothers, and each older brother had friends that were like brothers or uncles or however you want to look at it. So I had a lot of siblings coming up as a youngster. Now, in my age bracket, right, I had plenty, but 2, I would say, stood out to become real brothers from another mother, right? Now, my brother Jay, my brother Junior, you already know you are a superstar. Love you, man. Shout out to the whole Morales family out there in PR. Vinny Sean, love y'all to the heart, man, all the way deep. Y'all need to know that, right? Marty, Joey, Ernie, friend Louie, all of y'all. Pop, Mom Dukes, y'all already know. Got y'all. Thanks for all of the love. I hope y'all see this video so y'all can see me say it live to the world. Like, thanks for all the love that y'all showed me from apartment 1D all the way up to apartment 4D. Thanks for the love and allowing me to come out to PR to hang out with y'all and show me love out there. Definitely appreciate it, right? So, there was another brother, my brother Cool Chee. We, affectionately called him Cool Chee, because that's the name he called himself, right? So, got to give a man what he called himself. And he lived up to it because he was cool. He was a cool dude, man. So he and I, all the way up, like from preschool, right, all the way up to the graduation of middle school. Now, middle school was like from 1st grade all the way to 8th grade, right? That was middle school for us. So you had preschool, and then you had grammar school, which was like 1 to 4, and then you got like 4 to 8, which is like middle school. So we did grammar school and middle school all together in the same building and had the same classes. Out of 8 years, we had all the same classes, all but 2. So we was always around each other, like all day long. Then we went to different high schools, right? Now the funny part is when you go to different high schools, you would figure you normally you don't see each other as much. But he and I, after talking about it a lot, we was like, wow, that was ironic how every day in the morning I would see him on the same bus. We would go to the same bus to get on the same bus. And they had trolley buses as well, so we had to catch the same trolley bus. Catch the same bus on the way home, same trolley bus back. 3 buses we used to catch on the way home, right? Wow, thinking about it. So, we had a strong bond. And then I went on to go to college, right? And even though I moved away to go to college, right, we still stayed in contact, talked often. And whenever I would come home for the weekends or whatever, we'd still hang out, we'd still see each other, you know, with other fellas in the hood as well. But it was like he and I, we always somehow ended up connected. So after the 2 years I was in college, I came back home. Things didn't go the way I hoped. And that's when we reconnected. But when we reconnected, the reconnection got stronger and more deep, right? So now from that point, for the next 14, 15 years, me and this dude was like literally inseparable. Inseparable to the point where there was one sister in the hood, she called us day and night. Now, normally when you hear day and night, you think well, they in the same hood, but they must not see each other too much. They day and night. They don't hang together. They don't hang together. Not true. What she meant by day and night was day and night follow each other, right? Incessantly, like whenever daylight fall, nighttime come. Whenever nighttime fall, daylight come. So it's like y'all always together. At some point, I'm gonna see y'all. So whenever she would not see us, she would say, "Hey, day, where night at? Or night, where day at? Like, how y'all end up not hanging with each other, right?" But we had times where we had families and we had our lives and we just wasn't together that day. So and even at that, at some point in that day, we still meet up to do something, right? So that's how me and close. That's how close me and the brother Cool Chee were. So for me to say that we did practically everything together, that would really be an understatement and really wouldn't do our brotherhood and relationship justice, because the video would have to be like way too long for me to explain everything. And I don't want to abuse anybody's time like that. I really respect you guys and love you guys and wouldn't want to do that to you. So throughout our years of doing all the things that we did together, he and I had many, many, many heart-to-heart talks. I mean, talks that lasted days, hours, months, like years. We would really talk about a lot. We had a lot of conversations that were real heart-to-heart. Like, let's break ground on how we really thinking and how we really feel about things. And one of the things that we always talked about was, making the world a better place. Growing up in the projects, it give you two choices of thinking and two choices of way of living, right? You either stay in the world that you're living in, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, educationally, etc., or you make a better one for yourself and for your family, right, and for the people around you. And we just thought about making it better for everybody that we could possibly touch in any way that we possibly could. Because we were like literally tired of living the way we were living. We didn't want to live like that anymore. We felt like, well, it can't be just us. It's not just us. We understood very clearly that the world is a very cold place, man. It got some warm spots in it, but generally it's a cold place, man. So we need to, try to do our best to make this place a better place for not just only ourselves at the moment, but for generations coming behind us who need to see a better light than what they've been shown, or a better light than what we've been shown up to that point. So we began to start sketching out ideas for like clothing and apparel and, things to help humanity. You know what I'm saying? So we talked about all, positive and real ways to create, like thought-provoking, informative, inspirational, heartfelt, and spiritual mind-shifting ideas, right? So looking back, I realized that, all those talks was actually therapy for us, because it forced us to think about our lives and think about our situations and to think about others outside of ourselves. So we actually was, having therapy with these talks that we were, having with each other and creating a better place, or making the world a better place. So now in 2009, by God's will and his permission only, he took our brother back to himself. And the crazy part was it happened like on his birthday, right? So he had a tumor in his brain, and he fought a long fight, a hard fight. It was a hard fought fight. Let me say that. And one that I wouldn't say he lost. He took a W. He got a win, because he showed what strength is to us who love him and cared about him. Now, the sad part is that, all the things that we talked about and we created together, he kept in his archive, and I'm not able to get to those things because of factors that are beyond my control. But upon seeing him for the last time, I promised him that I would continue our creative work to change the world. And even though he couldn't speak, he smiled real big and he nodded his head as though to say, I know you are. All right. So in his memory, I branded and started Cool Chee's Apparel, the place where you can wear the inspiration and become the inspiration that others see. Because that's what we talked about, being inspiring, being game-changing, being global winners, not just being average. We from a place where the things that we saw, we wasn't supposed to see. You know, only God knows why he allowed us to see all the things that we saw and have to deal with them all. But we were born game changers. I'm a born game changer, and I can't get out of that because of the way I came up and the things I saw. And the fact that it made me not want to be that way anymore. It made me not want to live that way anymore. So anything that I could do to create change is what I do, right? Because I'm born to do that. Dissatisfaction is what creates change. You know, as long as you comfortable in the butter, you good. You don't feel no need to churn or turn or do anything different. But man, when that butter get hot because it's in the pan and this thing started getting cooked and you get to getting uncomfortable, now you got to make a change. You got to do something different. Thus, thrust AOC to you, which is agent of change. I'm just an agent. I'm just an agent that God is using to create a change in the world. And I can't get out of that. I'm not even looking to get out of that anymore. It's just who I am. So our goal, you know, is to be life-altering, thought-provoking, inspirational, distinct, creative, always original, always original. Like, I pride myself on being original. I don't want to do things the way other people do it. I don't want to say things the way other people say it. I want to be original. Because at the end of the day, my brother wouldn't have it any other way. He wouldn't have it any other way. He'd be like, yo, you got to be original, man. Don't come out there looking like, acting like, talking like nobody else, anybody else. Be yourself, be us, be Peaceful Warriors, be Cool Chee Apparel, be yourself, be Dayton Street Projects, be you, man. Don't go out there trying to, you know, recreate the wheel. No, make the wheel that we created better, right? And let's help other people to be better. So on the logo, right, you see him standing the way he's standing. That's a pose that we had that just meant power. It meant strength. Like give it your all. Don't play with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with life. Don't play with people. Don't play with love. Like give it all you got. You know, give it all your strength. So that's what I came to do. Give it all my strength and give it all I got while I got time on this planet, and to leave a legacy behind that says I hope to change lives with the inspiration of my brother and whatever God invests in me to be able to put forth to you guys, to give to you to help change the world, right? So with that, I say, go to coolchee.org now and get your inspirational t-shirts today. It's just the beginning, y'all. It's a lot more coming, but you got to start somewhere. And when you go there, you'll see the Equalizer 1, the Equalizer 2, and the Live for Legacy shirt. And they all are meant to be game changers, right? So bring your friends, bring your family, bring your youth, bring your babies if you got them, because we got some children's apparel coming. You know, got some youth apparel definitely on deck. We got a whole youth movement coming. So for those of y'all who got children, like Brother Chee was big on children, man. I mean, I could say that was one guy that knew every child almost in the hood by name. And he would literally have nicknames for all of them, and they all knew him. And he introduced me to all of them. So that's part of the reason why I have dedicated my life to making sure that I change the lives of young people. So I appreciate you all stopping by. I appreciate you hanging with me to the end. Hope it's not too long. Just go to coolchee.org and join the team, join the family, join the mail list. Get in, stay in, lock in, don't front, don't stunt. Thank you all for stopping by. I'm AOC, Agent of Change. Let's make a change together, man. Let's do it for the people who not here with us no more, that see us and that know that, hey, they're still out there doing their best to make a change. And that's what it's all about. Y'all take care. See y'all on the next one.